Twilight Town. Originally seen in a GBA version of Chain of Memories, then making its proper introduction in Kingdom Hearts 2, is one of the most beloved worlds out of the entire franchise. So, having Kingdom Hearts 3 welcome fans back into the world of the Sea Salt Trio, it was a great addition in my opinion. Personally, I love this world, so with many differences between the two, I really wanted to discuss whether this world was actually done justice by it being brought back into Kingdom Hearts 3. Were there any improvements, any downsides, and by the end I want to rank this map out of 10 and see how well Square Enix did by giving us a chance to be back in Twilight Town. This is a sort of new series I'm trying out, just going around different worlds that are present here in Kingdom Hearts 3. So if you do enjoy this, please consider dropping a like, and yeah, let's get on with the video. I figured I'd start off with the positives because I think that's the most important thing when it comes to how much enjoyment you can get out of any particular world. So what does this world do well? Well, for starters, this world was already good from the get-go because everything good about it was already good in the past game. The aesthetic, the feeling you get from this world is some of the best stuff Square Enix have ever made. But also, fact is that this KH3 version feels so much more alive than its predecessor, which is due to all the people that can be seen all over the town. You can see kids running about playing, people enjoying their time watching the theater, or sitting down at the restaurant and eating a meal. It really makes this world stand out. Hearing the various conversations that go on makes it so much more alive, and it's a welcome addition. I really hope moving forward this gets put into more worlds, especially if we ever get to see something like Traverse Town again. The DDD version of that world would be even more perfect with NPCs walking about. The remodeling of Twilight Town. So what do I mean by that? Well, even though this is still Twilight Town, there is actually a new area that is exclusive to this version, and I think it surpasses the way that we went across to the abandoned mansion that was seen in the original. The connecting sewers between the main town and the mansion was a nice addition in my opinion because it's a little bit more thoughtful than just some random hole in the wall. This area serves as a place to travel between those two areas, and there's enemies spawn there, so walking through it, you can even fight some Heartless. Also, not having to load for a loading screen between the two like in the original is very nice. In any case, you can also use save points to go through the two areas quickly if you want to. Little Chef's Restaurant. This is a new addition to Twilight Town and actually to the franchise itself. The ability to make food that give out various bonuses. I must admit, even though I only made the food for the trophy when I was going for the platinum, I didn't really use it that much as I prefer to just stick to using potions and things like that. But I recognize that this was added for people who are maybe struggling and just need that extra boost to help them overcome something. So I still think it was a good addition. If we see anything like that brought back, I just hope it gets expanded upon. One last point I wanted to make is the Twilight Town theme of this game, The Afternoon Streets, which is the song that's being played right now. It doesn't necessarily beat the original for me, but it's more than good enough, and it's very enjoyable to listen to. It suits the sort of liveliness of the world, and it's very calming. I wish it resembled more of the original KH2 theme, or even the Rechain one, as that is my favorite, but then again, that's just a personal taste of mine. Either way, it's a lovely theme that really pairs well to this version of Twilight Town in Kingdom Hearts 3, so it goes down as a positive to me, and I had to mention it. I got all the positives, pretty much, from this Kingdom Hearts 3 version of Twilight Town, so are there any negatives? In short, yes. There's one big one. If I'm honest, the biggest disappointment for this world would be that it had the potential to be one of the best worlds we've ever seen. Don't get me wrong, from what I said, I still love this version. It's just that it could have been more fleshed out. We saw a similar thing with how Traverse Town was handled in KH1 and how it was treated in Dream Drop Distance. They took Traverse Town and expanded it. Here, it feels more like a downgrade in some ways. I mean, they cut out the most known area of this world, which is the clock tower. You can't even go to it. You have to, you know, mod your way out or do some weird free cam sort of tricks to get up to that bit. But, I mean, yeah, you can still see it, but I wish you could just go to it like KH2. Not to mention the fact that you can't go to the back lot, explore the mansion, none of the train stations are accessible. Basically, most of the areas that were in Kingdom Hearts 2 are blocked off by an invisible wall that just returns you to the world map. Or in the case of the back lot, there's just a door there that you can't go through. I understand that there isn't really a story relevance to these areas being brought back, but for such an iconic world, I think it would have been worth adding anyway. Another small nitpick that I would like to mention, no skateboard minigame? Or anything? I mean, yeah, the phone games are kind of neat, and they are introduced here, but you can play that on any world as long as you go on the gummy phone. It would have been cool to see the skateboard back, or something new entirely. This isn't a massive point, but I figure I'd mention anyway, as it was a pretty iconic feature from the KH2 version. So, a quick recap of the positives. Basically, the town feels way more alive. Also, the addition of the sewer area between the two, basically, main areas, the town and the mansion. Little Chef's restaurant that allows you to make food, that gives you various bonuses. And the theme. And the negatives are the lack of old areas, the removal of some pretty iconic areas from the KH2 version, and the removal of the skateboard minigame. I'm sure there are more things I could have pointed out, like story moments and things like that, but these are the things that stood out to me the most about the map itself. Overall, I would rate this world 8 out of 10. It did a lot of good things, but could have easily been a masterpiece if they decided to flesh it out a bit more. The lack of playable areas was a big disappointment for me, and although the sewers and the density of NPCs present here sort of make up for it, it just makes it that much more bitter, knowing that we could have had a massive world full of life. And yeah, that's basically what I think about this version of Twilight Town. But what about you? What do you think? Does it live up to what was done in KH2, or does it fail? Let me know in the comments below. But for now, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider dropping a like or subscribing, as it would really help me out. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!